My worst moment as a divo so far. Um, okay, so I'll speak. This is definitely my worst moment as a divo. So we were getting ready for in serve. So I was in deck at the time, was getting ready for in serve. At this time, I did not have a chief at all. It was me and another officer. Shout out Andrew Shugan. We kind of went through a lot of hell together. But it was me and him, and it was we had BM1, and we had the rest of the deck, and we're getting ready for in serve. Now there was a lot of stuff that we had to fix. There was a lot of stuff that was not correct. Equipment that had to be fixed. Instructions and other stuff that had to be updated, and just the kind of the way we did business had to be changed. So there I was, kind of me and my other divo working to lead some sort of huge initiative to kind of fix the things we've been doing wrong and be materially sound for insert. I distinctly remember we had been working all day. Deck was doing the whole sunrise to sunset thing because we're working outside. We can only really work during the daylight hours. And I had a sailor. We were basically finishing up. I'd cut the guys out. We had the J-bar Devitt down. We had to get it back into the flower pots, what we call it. So I remember most people had left, and I was telling the sailor, like, hey, like, I need your help with this, basically. Like, and he said, no, BM1 let me go. I'm gone. And I was, like, confused. Like, I was, like, really taken back. I was like, I just told this guy, like, I need your help with something, right? And he just kept going. Like, he was off. He was done. I remember the sailor got down to the pier. So I'm on the forecastle. I'm looking down at him. I'm staring from the pier. And we're having this whole back and forth. And I was like, I told you, like, I need your help with this. Like, get back up here, blah, blah, blah. And he thought I was joking, or he didn't understand, like, what I was saying to him at first. And I remember I got upset. Like, I got super upset. And I was basically like, hey, I don't care what BM1 told you. And I remember doing this, and I don't know why I did it, but I, like, grabbed my collar. Right? I grabbed my collar and my freshly sewn on JG bars. And I remember saying, like, I told you to come up here. Like, this is I don't want to get into the whole, like, I'm an officer and you're not, but, like, I told you to come up here and I need your help. And that, like, from a respect perspective, I understand, made him angry, like, super angry. I was angry. I was hot. And it turned this whole thing. Sailor ends up leaving. So we talk about it the next day, and that's when I kind of realized, like, there was 1,000 different ways I could have handled that, right? Obviously, there was 1,000 different ways he could have handled it, but I think in that moment I lost touch with who I was and what I was doing, right? I became more concerned in that someone, I felt disrespected, and I had that moment of, like, no, like, you owe me this, like, you have to do this for me. And I wasn't looking at the human side of kind of what was going on, how much I'd asked from these guys for weeks. And even the weeks that followed that, all the shit I put them through, all the kind of stuff we were working towards. And that's when that moment boiled over. And I kind of thought about it as, I got to handle that differently. I have to carry myself differently. I can't let those, like, thoughts kind of push to the forefront of my brain when I get angry, or if I have situations with sailors like that. So I always think that's a moment. I don't regret a lot of stuff. That's a moment I regret, like, immediately, after it happened.
That's crazy. You told me the story before.
Man,
you told me the story before. I wish I remembered it when I did the Corns Ferry.
The survey. This guy has a real problem.
Hey,
the Corns Ferry survey.
I tell you what, sir. Me knowing you, that I know if you had to grab those collar devices, he had you hot.
Oh, it was a hot moment between both of us. And that's when I looked at it as, like, in a man-on-man interaction. Like, it's one of those things that it's different professionally than it would be, like, in the street. Because if it was in the street, we would have just been fighting. On the ship, like, we settled it. However, we settled it the next day at quarters. But in that moment, like, I felt disrespected. And I didn't know what else to do but to resort to these. Like, I didn't know what else I was supposed to say or show him. But I was like, well, I have these. Like, this is supposed to mean something. So I defaulted to my fabric, my collar. So
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do, though.
It's not super fake. Next time, I'm just gonna fold them in, right? And be like, these don't matter.
That's a bad side.
You gotta have to. I'm folding them in.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Like, these don't matter. See me on the.
Oh man.
Yeah, these don't matter.
Cash
See
me
me
outside.
See me up in Fort Bosun.
I don't hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.